We heard from moms who shared their obstacles, taught us about meal prep and planning, the importance of being intentional with our happiness and shifting our mindset so we can achieve our goals. We heard from moms who rose above statistics, built their confidence, learned to control their emotions, and create the life of their dreams. We even heard about the hot, messy mama moments, finding power in the pause, and pursuing our dreams even when we face an illness. Hey mamas, welcome to the More Than a Mother podcast, where we believe you can pursue your dreams and be a great mother at the same time. I am your host, LaWann Moses, and I am helping you find the freedom to live. Are you ready? Let's go. Hey there, welcome to another episode of the More Than a Mother podcast. I'm back with you again for another great episode. If this is your first time listening, my name is LaWann Moses and I am a life and business success strategist who helps working moms to unleash their power, their purpose, and their potential so they can get out of their own way and start getting paid. I am so excited because we have made it to the end of season 2. Woo! Insert applause, round of applause, clap, clap, clap. We did it. We are at the end of season 2. And if you have been with me throughout this season or from the beginning of this podcast, you know it has been quite an adventurous journey that we have been on. And I am so excited to end out season 2 with 2,500 podcast downloads. I tell you, when I started this podcast back in January, the end of January 2020, I couldn't even imagine it reaching these heights in less than a year. So many people, so many moms all over the world, various backgrounds, ethnicities, such a diverse group. And I am so glad to have you all with me week after week, tuning into the More Than a Mother podcast and all the great guests and information and things that we have to share and talk about. And I can't help but share my excitement for reaching such a milestone right at the end of season 2. Now, if you know me, you know I am a planner, but I just had to share with you that this podcast was the one thing that I just jumped out here and did it. I mean, I had an idea back in January. I've known that I wanted to do content because I used to be a blogger. I love to write and all of that, but I just simply was not finding the time to dedicate to my writing, to my blogging, but I still had information that I wanted to share, messages that I wanted to give to my audience and all of that. And the idea of podcasting came my way one day. And when I tell you I had started doing videos and things on Facebook, on Instagram, just to kind of start to share with the audience. But then the idea of podcast came about and I'm like, I can do that because you know what? I can do audio from anywhere. I don't have to worry about setting up my phone, getting on the camera, doing a video. I can just sit down, record an audio anytime, anywhere. And likewise, my listeners can sit and listen to it anytime, anywhere. So the idea of a podcast came about. And my first episodes are really content that I repurposed from my social media platforms, from different speaking engagements, just to get an idea of how podcasting worked, how to edit, how to upload, add music, and all of that. And I tell you, I started with just my iPhone and a headset and a recording app on my phone. I didn't know what direction this was going to go in. I mean, this was so out of character for me because I am a planner and I like to know how everything is going to line up, or at least think that I know how everything is going to line up. But I really just took that leap and I am so glad I did. If I never would have been pushed, if I never would have took that leap, I would not be sitting here celebrating 2,500 downloads with you at the end of season 2. And even my interviews that I did started on a whim after talking to a friend of mine. And she was actually the first guest that I had on my podcast when I started doing guest interviews on episode number 14, my friend Martika, who I was talking about doing my podcast and letting her know what was coming. And I mentioned in conversation, hey girl, I'm going to have you on my show one day. And she said to me, what are you waiting for? Why don't you just do it right now? And from there, that sparked the idea of having moms from all over the world to come onto my podcast and start to share their story. If you don't know, I am big on storytelling. I am always sharing my story with you all. And I believe that storytelling gives so much empowerment and really is an empowerment portal for others. When we peel back the layers, we get transparent and share our stories, then we're empowering others to realize that they are not alone in what they're going through. People do have similar experiences. People do walk similar paths. And if that person made it through, then you can make it through as well. So when I was sitting talking to her and she was like, just do it, the idea just came in, okay, let's do more than a mother and let's do more to her story. Because we often see the success that women have or mothers have where they are at this moment today, but we don't know the path that it took for them to get to this point. And so often everyone wants to focus on the here and now, that we neglect the past and neglect the life experiences that really taught us to become the person we are today. I just felt it so important to peel back those layers, bring these moms on, let them share their stories as women, their stories as mothers, their journeys through working, through staying at home, through all the things that they may do, and just let them share their journeys. And so that we can all see that they are moms, but they are so much more. And when I tell you, I did not imagine the response would be so big to so many moms wanting to share their story, wanting this platform, wanting to empower and encourage other moms. The response really was overwhelming at the beginning. To now, here we are 40 plus episodes in, and we've heard from moms all around the world, different ages, races, ethnic backgrounds, work, career, and life experience, and even different motherhood journeys. However, we're all sitting here united on one common ground, which is the foundation of motherhood. We are all mothers. We are all out here navigating this thing called motherhood that doesn't come with a manual, while we're also unleashing our power, unleashing our purpose, finding our potential, and just really showing the world that we are a mom plus so much more. And I am so excited to see where things will go from here. Do you want immediate access to new episodes, products, events, workshops, and even freebies? Then I invite you to join the More Than a Mother community today. Head on over to LaWannMoses.com to get on the list today so that you can be a part of our ever-growing community. I'm so excited to have you here, and it would be just such a joy to have you as a part of my community. And by the way, I don't want you to miss out on all the greatness that is coming your way, all the transformation and just things that we will be doing that will just pour into your life and continue to give you that love, support, and encouragement that you so need right now. So check the link in the show notes so that you can get the correct spelling of my name and head over to LaWannMoses.com to join the community today. We heard from moms who shared their obstacles, taught us about meal prep and planning, the importance of being intentional with our happiness and shifting our mindset so we can achieve our goals. We heard from moms who rose above statistics, built their confidence, learned to control their emotions, and create the life of their dreams. We even heard about the hot, messy mama moments, finding power in the pause, and pursuing our dreams even when we face an illness. We learned to rediscover our identity, balance this juggling act of motherhood, capture moments that matter, and understand the impact of trauma on motherhood and mental wellness. We bloomed into motherhood, found our authentic selves, learned how to write our stories, the importance of positive affirmations, and how we could use skills that we already have to start our own business. From mastering our time, evolving into boss moms, and giving ourselves some credit for our accomplishments, as well as finding our rhythm in life, pursuing our passions, sharing our birth stories, and slaying self-doubt. We discovered ways to be productive during this season and how to work and pursue our dreams without sacrificing family time. We even touched on the important subjects of oppression, racial injustice, and the power in diversity, inclusion, and allyship, not only as mothers, but as human beings. We really covered a lot this season, and this is only the beginning. Now, I know I didn't even realize we had talked about all of that this season, but when I sat back and looked and reflected on how many things we just touched on, how many different subjects from a multitude of moms, and it was just so powerful, so impactful, and each episode really touched my heart. And I mean, if you enjoy these episodes, if you enjoy this show, then make sure that you are subscribing, you are reviewing, you are leaving a rating, and most importantly, you are sharing this with moms all around you. The More Than a Mother podcast is the beginning of a movement, and I need all of my moms on board. So be sure to share this podcast, subscribe, rate, and leave a review so that we can reach more and more moms all around the world. I tell you, next season, I am coming back with more great mom interviews, continuing our talks of motherhood, business, and all things in between. However, I recently did a poll of our community, and I heard you all loud and clear. As much as you love my guest interviews, you absolutely love my solo episodes, the transparency, the honesty, and the impact of my voice when I rock the mic solo. So I promise you that coming next season and in episodes and seasons to come, you will hear more from me one-on-one. I am giving that to you. You asked, I answered, so you will hear more from me. And you will also hear from the moms that you love to hear their stories and learn from. But I need you to do me a favor. I want to bring you the information that you want to hear, the stories, the things that you need to know and want to know. So I need you to take a screenshot of this episode, go over to Instagram, and let me know what you want to hear on the next season of the More Than a Mother podcast and in the coming season. What topics do you want me to talk about? What moms do you want me to interview? Where do you want us to go? What do you want to hear? I need you to let me know. So send me a DM on Instagram at LaWann Moses or at More Than a Mother podcast. Screenshot this episode and write on there what you want to hear coming in season 3. I am so excited and I can't wait to be back with fresh new episodes for you. So if you're listening to this in real time, August is here and I am taking a break from new episodes for the month of August. And in my spirit of honesty and transparency, I need you to know that this break is more for me than it is for you. You know, I am big on self-care and taking care of yourself, and I have been delivering you episodes consistently since January, and here we are reaching August. And one thing you may not know, August is my birthday month, so I always take the week of my birthday off to enjoy it and just really have some time. But I'm expanding it, and that's what you can do as a business owner. You can give yourself time off, and I'm expanding it to where August will be my break month, so I will not be bringing you new episodes, but I tell you, when we come back in September, the greatness is still going to be there. I'll be back with renewed energy, renewed excitement, and renewed enthusiasm so that we can keep going together and pushing towards higher heights. So I invite you during this break from production of the More Than a Mother podcast, I invite you to go back to the beginning, go back to where it all started, go back to season 1, episode 1, and just start to catch up on all the episodes you may have missed. From the chats we had about mom guilt, talking about surviving the hard times, motherhood and the pressure of social media, having a chronic illness as a mother, and overcoming obstacles. I want you to listen to where it all began, where it started with my solo episodes and evolved into moms coming on, sharing their stories, journeys, their passions, and letting you know that they are mothers who are out here pursuing their dreams, reaching their goals, and they have found a way to make it all work. We may not know how we manage it. We may not know how we juggle it. That work-life balance may always be a state that is there, but somehow moms are getting it done. So I invite you during this break of the More Than a Mother podcast, catch up on season 1 and season 2, and just really let me know which episode you're loving. You know, you can always reach me on Instagram. I am just a DM away. Tag me in your stories. Let me know that you're listening. Send me a DM to @LaWann Moses and @More Than a Mother podcast. Yes, I keep repeating it because we are creatures of habit and need to hear things over and over again. But most importantly, make sure you are subscribed. Make sure you are connected to my community so that you are notified when the new season drops. I don't want you to miss any of the greatness that is the More Than a Mother podcast and all the great things that we have coming, not only on this show, but also outside of this show at More Than a Mother as a whole, at LaWann Moses as a whole. I am so excited for what the future brings. So catch up on all your great episodes. I am glad that you joined me here today. I am glad that you're with me on this journey, and I just love having you as a part of my community. Remember, moms, things get hard. We are constantly facing battles, trying to navigate motherhood, figure out this whole journey, and just really make the best of our lives. But don't lose sight of yourself in motherhood. Remember who you are. Strengthen your sense of self. Reclaim your power so you can unleash your full potential in life. Remember, moms, no matter what you encounter, no matter what you face, you've got this. Thanks so much for listening, and thank you for being here for season 1 and season 2 of the More Than a Mother podcast. We are taking a break for the month of August 2020, but we will be back to you in September 2020 with great new episodes. So if you are listening to this in real time, welcome, catch up on all your favorite episodes, and we will see you in September. Thank you so much for being here. People are constantly asking me, LaWann, how do you do it all? You're working, running a business, raising a family, you have a podcast, a spouse, a life, and you are just doing all these things. Girl, I need to know, how are you doing it? Well, I'm excited to announce to you that I have put together a signature process for how I get it all done. My course, From Overwhelmed to Organized, Managing Family, Business, and All Things in Between, will finally answer the questions for you as to how I do it all. This course is designed to help you stop being busy, help you figure out work-life balance, how to set boundaries, and get your priorities in order. And we do all of this in this course and so much more. I mean, are you tired of feeling stressed, overwhelmed, and anxious? Are you ready to reduce that overwhelm and minimize the guilt in all areas of your life? And how about that work-life balance thing that is just always there? Are you ready to stop struggling to achieve it and instead find a way to create a plan to become more productive and less busy? Because time is of value and I don't want you wasting any more time spinning your wheels, I put together this course to help you dive through and answer all those questions and come up with your own process to get it all done. That's right. I do this every day. I do it all the time. I would not teach you anything that I have not actively done myself. So if you are ready to go from overwhelmed to organized and finally get things in your life in order and get your plate a little more balanced out so that you can reach that state of feeling balanced and not just constantly chase after work-life balance, I invite you to head over to my website or click the link in the show notes so that you can get enrolled in the course, From Overwhelmed to Organized, Managing Family, Business, and All Things in Between. I can't wait to see you inside the course and take this journey with you. This course is truly life-changing. It is a process that you can use over and over again. And trust me, I wouldn't give you anything that I don't do myself. So believe me, I know it works because here I am on this podcast and doing all the things, and I still have my sanity. And best of all, I'm doing all of it without sacrificing my family time. So if that sounds like a plan to you, hit the link in the show notes or head over to my website and sign up now for my course, From Overwhelmed to Organized. Thanks so much for listening. If you enjoyed this episode, head over to LaWannMoses.com. I love for us to stay in touch. Make sure you leave your email address so I can send you inspiration, tips, and the latest updates. Or, if you prefer, text the word MORE, that's MORE, to 302-440-4632. We have some great things coming up, and I don't want you to miss a thing. Thanks again. Make sure you subscribe and leave a review. Until next time, keep pressing because victory is yours.